guys, Fifth Rock back with a new video. This will be part 4 of What Is This? I'm talking about true stories. And I don't like the channel. Just that the channel is just weird. It's horrible. Like the only anime story I ever liked was my story and kind of actually happened with both, actually happened, got terminated. My story, making no videos no more. So yeah. All of them West channels, I hate them. I hate because it's awful. So yeah, let's get off the story. Okay. First one, I'm going back to I'm more than a pizza boy, a pizza man, whatever.
Ever heard those crazy stories about rich, lonely housewives and the pizza boys who drop off more than they came with? All the same fake stories, right?
Yeah, it's fake. You ain't gonna get with our housewife.
Hi, I'm Omar, and that's what I always thought, until I started delivering pizzas. That was my first job after I turned 17. My father insisted I focus on my education and wouldn't let me work any earlier than that. So, you could say I was a little inexperienced. Still, I'd been working part-time for just over 3 months, and was doing well, until one Saturday afternoon, when I had to deliver 2 pizzas.
Yeah, I don't know, but the animation is, it's kind of weird for me, to be honest.
Wearing nothing but a satin robe tied to the waist with a sash. And
this is fake.
Voila, she had the largest pair of watermelons I'd ever...
You talk about the watermelons, talk about the TITS. No, I ain't stop about that. Because this is dedicated kids.
Scene. I immediately averted my eyes and looked down. 1 cheese and 1 BBQ chicken pizza? I just need your signature. Please, ma'am. All the drivers had to get the signature of acceptance from the customer to prove the order had been delivered correctly. She nudged the door open wider with her hip and told me to take the pizzas into the kitchen. I'll sign it there, she said. Sorry, ma'am, but I'm not allowed inside.
I feel real bad about the voice actor. Like, I don't know. Like they did this during the pandemic, a pandemic or something.
I won't tell if you don't. I think she whispered, so I'd have to lift my head up to hear her better, but I couldn't look up. I wanted to. So bad. But I just couldn't. It wasn't righteous. So I just kept my head down and stared at my feet. No, ma'am, please sign, I said as I held out the delivery receipt. Ooh. You look like
he's a weenie.
Hard worker, and it's so hot. Come in and I'll get you some water. With that, she inched forward until I felt one of her watermelons brush against my cheek. Shocked, I instantly pulled away. I bent down and unzipped the bag, and I pulled the pizza boxes out and...
I thought he was about to unzip his pants, so he'd give her the D.
Gently put them on the ground in front of her feet. Then, I turned around and raced down the driveway to the safety of my car. Back at the store, I told the other drivers what had happened while we were waiting for the next lot of delivery orders. They started laughing when they heard the address. Simon told me that lady was Mrs. Mathers, that she usually ordered on Sunday afternoons, and she was on Sean's route. Adrian butted in. Omar, ya queer! You should have gone in! Why do you think Sean always takes so long? Ooh, yeah, she must be extra hungry tonight.
Oh my god, ew! Like, what is with these voices? What is with the goddamn face expressions? Like, what is that? The black guy, the one with that, like, what? And what this guy? He looks like he about to rape somebody.
Simon said with a massive grin. Were they serious? They almost beat themselves laughing so hard. Later that evening, my boss called me into the back room. Apparently, Mrs. Mathers had rung and complained. She told him I just left the pizzas out on the front, so he asked to see the delivery receipt. I didn't get the signature, sir, I said. The boss was furious. He told me he would have to refund her money and demanded to know why I had left the pizzas on the ground. I had no words. I don't know, sir. I'm sorry. It wasn't good
You
enough.
could have said that the one was trying to seduce you. You could have said that, bro.
And just like that, I was fired. On the way home, the only thing I could think about was my father. He was going to be so ashamed of me. I dreaded telling him, but I knew I must. So, when I got home, I asked my father to sit with me while I explained everything. When I finished, he was silent for a minute. Then, he stood up and placed his hand on my shoulder. I looked up at him, scared. I knew I'd brought my family into disrepute. But he just smiled and said I've done the right thing. He told me that he was proud of me, and that real men didn't deliver pizzas anyway.
Ew, what the freak is this, bro? Ew, 0 out of 5, bro. What is with this guy?
Anyway.
What's with this goddamn face expression? Sorry, asthma.
Hello.
Next video, and the last video is gonna be my son is a simp. So he just simp for e-girls. You know, he just donate $500 to e-girls. No, I need to stop that.
I'm May, and I think I've raised a simp. But I can't tell you his real name in case...
But whose fault is it? I've officially blamed the mother the way your son turned out. Sorry, I blame you.
anyone recognizes him, so for this story, I'll just call him Hans. Anyway, I've always known Hans was special. As a small boy, he loved going to the park. But instead of playing on the swings with the other children, he would spend the whole time off by himself under a tree somewhere, digging in the dirt with a stick or pulling back the tree's bark looking for insects. Hans developed a full-blown obsession with bugs. Spiders were his absolute favorite.
Ew, I hate bugs.
He would constantly remind us that most female spiders eat the males when they're done with them. Boys are useless, he'd say. Girls are the real queens. I didn't think much of it at the time, but looking back now, that's the logic he applied to people as well. On the way to school, Hans would offer to carry his older sister's backpack, saying girls needed to be looked after. They are the mothers of the future. During...
Be honest, that ain't really a simp thing. Because, that what men do, to be honest. They just, you just see a girl struggling, you can help them. But not all girls need help.
His third grade parent-teacher conference, his teacher praised his manners and said Hans was a little gentleman. She told us how he'd always offer to come out to the front to sharpen girls' pencils and would hold open the classroom door for them.
Yeah, that ain't a simp level, That's a gentleman thing.
But for some reason, Hans still seemed to struggle to make friends. He only ever hung out with one boy at school, who he had a few things in common with.
Disgusting. They a bug. Vader's bug. That's disgusting. On any level.
It got worse once he became a teenager. He started spending all of his free time alone in his room or on the computer gaming.
Probably, donate to e-girls.
After our daughter moved out, my husband began to worry that Hans might be turning gay from spending all that time online playing with other boys. As far as I knew, he'd never even been on a single date. But one afternoon, Hans burst into the kitchen and begged to borrow my credit card. Apparently, he'd found a site where he could pay girls to play with him online.
Yep, he turned into a simp. Probably talk to goddamn e-girls.
The prices seemed reasonable, so I gave it to him. Secretly, I hoped Hans might connect with the girl and they'd meet up in real life. Pretty soon, his bedroom walls were decorated with photos he'd printed out of the young ladies he was playing with.
See what the frick I told you? He was talking to them goddamn e-girls.
Sometimes I'd overhear him talking to one of them. "You're so pretty. If you need anything, just let me know." He seemed so much happier. Until one day, he seemed really down. He confided in me that whenever he played with a girl gamer, the other guys online would make rude and sexist remarks towards her. Of course, he'd always jump in to defend the damsel in distress, but the other guys had turned on him for it and started teasing him. I just told him to ignore it and to keep doing what he thought was right. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for my husband. He hit the roof when he found out that Hans had been using my credit card to pay girls to play with him. I don't want any son of mine behaving like a simp, he...
Yeah. Now come on, father, stay down. I ain't simp.
I think hearing that triggered something in Hans, because after that he started uploading videos to his YouTube, teasing other guys for simping. He'd call his father and I into the room to watch them as though he was trying to win his father's
Told you could poke me in the background.
approval. That's more like it, my husband said. Teach those viewers to be men, not mice. Anyway, the videos were popular and his channel grew quickly. Hans actually started making money from them.
This story's fake.
But as fast as the money came in, he spent it. I'll never
on e-girls, I swear.
forget the first time Hans made a sizable donation to some girl online. He stood in his bedroom doorway, yelling down the hall.
Probably a Twitch. No.
Mom, I can't believe it. She noticed me. She said my name on stream. A few weeks after that, he asked his father and I if he could invite a girl around for dinner. My heart did a little jump for joy when Hans told me that he'd actually fallen for one of the girls he'd been paying to play with. That's great, honey, I said. Do you want to
Bill talking to him, online.
ask her over this Saturday evening? Not yet. Soon. She has a boyfriend at the moment. But don't worry, I just messaged her and told her I love her. When she realizes how much love I can give, she'll break up with him to be with me. Until then,
That ain't gonna work.
I'll do whatever I can to help her mom. Hans went on to explain how he'd been paying for her OnlyFans and then making videos about it for his YouTube channel to help her get more exposure. People love it when I talk about her private content and make fun of simps. They actually think I'm doing them a favor. So, my videos do well, he said. It's a win-win for everyone. Oh.
Oh, no.
So you're like the knight in shining armor, I replied. Exactly. Enough. This is getting out of hand. Now you're simping to make money? You're a disgrace, his father yelled as
He probably gonna leave, to be honest.
stormed off, leaving me standing there, totally confused. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it all. My husband seems to think being a simp is bad, but Hans' YouTube channel is doing great.
Yo, being a simp, I don't know how I feel about that, but I ain't simp.
And everyone else seems to be happy. So maybe his simping isn't such a bad thing after all? What do you think?
I don't know. Just raise your son right. That's all I can say. Be honest, he's a chick. He's a chimp, a chat and a simp mixed together. He's a chimp, to be honest. No, also, shout out to Noah. Never mind. Just watch these videos. Y'all comment, subscribe, peace.